Hey, welcome back to, Popcorn and Plot Holes. Did I get it right?
You won't want to do that again.
And the award goes to...
Professional.
Did I get it? Are we good?
You did.
Let's
but-
go with it. That's fine.
You were good.
It
You're
is.
perfect.
It is the welcome to the majesty of podcast recording, where we could stop and re-record it, but we're lazy and
We shan't.
We don't get paid for this. You've heard
There's no turning back.
everyone's voice, but just for posterity's sake, this is Popcorn and Plot Holes. We talk about movies. We talk about the facts movies. I'm trying to do this off the top of my head. It's fantasy, action, comic, thriller, and sci-fi movies. Hey, look at this. I'm getting it.
Nailed it.
Bummer clot.
Specifically this week, we are talking, I guess, fantasy, maybe some action, Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Amongst Thieves, a.k.a. D&D Hat for short. And we have two experts and one Spencer joining us this week on the podcast.
Hey. What's the opposite of an expert?
I said Spencer. I thought it was implied.
Just Spencer?
Yeah.
Spencer.
A novice, a dum-dum, as they say.
Maybe.
D&D stands for dum-dum, as far as I know.
For some people, yeah.
Fight.
D&D, we watch Dumb and Dumber, right?
We sure
That's
did.
the movie?
Also with me, one of the experts, Luciano.
Hello, and I don't know what my alignment is.
Chaotic. Good.
What?
And Chris.
I'm already
How
lost.
dare you?
Chris, you're here as a neutral observer.
I am. This is a safe space. Let us
No, it's
maintain the disrespect. Okay? Let's keep it dirty, filthy, and grimy.
That's what you
Chris's
said.
class is
So,
handsome and svelte.
hey, Spencer.
Oh no!
Accepted graciously.
His words are oozing again.
No.
And I also take bribes.
So let's talk about this movie, Dungeons and Dragons Hat. We all watched it. Some of us have watched it once, twice, 3 times potentially. Some of us saw it in the theater together, side by
Some
side,
of us did.
holding hands, living out our
Spencer-
dreams.
Spent your dollary dues.
We
And
did.
crying at the end.
Yeah.
Happily? Happy? Maybe?
Yes, obviously, happily. That's why I watched it 3 times. Do you think I hate watching it? Well, you know what? That sounds like me. We're going to focus on this movie, though. So I will just start off the bat. I love this movie. It captures everything that it is to be a D&D player. From the start, where they ride Jonathan's feathery wings out of the jail into freedom, even though they are pardoned. The feel and tenor of this movie is correct for D&D and not a, shall we say, 2000 era Jeremy Irons vehicle.
Dragons!
Hey, put some respect on that steaming garbage fire that we hold near and dear to us.
No one does. No one does.
Oh,
I can feel your hate.
Rowan Atkinson? Is that you?
God.
He does that in the movie.
He
Yeah, he
does.
does.
I don't know if that's the worst thing or if it's what is the guy Bruce whatever with his fucking silver lipstick.
Oh, yeah.
So you said the best part, right?
Yeah,
You said
yeah,
the best part.
Listen, here, full service. If you want to know more about that godforsaken movie, we have a previous podcast we switched from, which was called "You're Wrong," and if you look that up, we covered the 2000s Dungeons and Dragons movie.
The aborted abomination that is Dungeons and
I-
Dragons 2000.
I thought they took all those old episodes and sent them into the sun, as far as I heard.
Maybe who
Are
knows?
they still available?
You know what? It's on. We'll put it on the web somewhere for you. We'll upload it to
Okay.
YouTube just so you can find that special beauty.
God bless
and
you.
listen to it. Godspeed to you all.
B-side. It's the B-side of our podcast.
Yeah. So let's talk about this movie a bit more. Like, I love this movie, and I'm not ashamed to say it. What do you got? Like, what were your favorite parts or worst parts if you're a fucking heathen?
but not poisoning the well or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Not trying to influence you. Can I ask a question, Matt? Of you? You say this captures a D&D vibe well?
Yes.
As someone who's never played D&D, I thought they took D&D and kind of like Marvel-fied it, but are you saying that it's always kind of quippy and like lighthearted? Because I always thought D&D was like serious.
No. No, LARPing is serious. I don't even. That's not even fair to LARPers. It's not a serious game. No one.
Yeah, I take offense to that.
Yeah, that's fair. No one who has played D&D has ever played it seriously, and I'm sure there are people who have, and you're wrong, because what generally happens is there is so much what is called table talk in D&D. So you do things in the game and you do things in the real world, and your character might be very serious, aka Zenk, but everybody table talks and makes jokes and cracks wise throughout the game, and so you have that happening in the movie, and it really is just cracking wise, going through the story until you get to action sequences where you murder hobo your way through problems, and then you go back to cracking wise until the next murder hobo opportunity arises.
Yeah, that's. I was gonna say, even when like you can have serious scenes sometimes. Maybe not in D&D as much in other systems, sure, but like even during the serious scenes, you're still quipping, like because you're playing with your friends, right? It's fun.
Yeah, if you watch like the live play podcasts like Critical Role or Acquisitions Inc., or I think it's Dimensions 20, there are very serious scenes in some of those. They're, some of them have Critical Role is all professional voice actors, so they do very serious scenes, but in between it, they still fuck around as much as possible.
Okay, well, now I know.
Yeah.
So, sounds like they nailed the D&D vibe. That's why I hated this movie. No,
Slow burn.
No, this was a good movie. As someone who never watched or never played D&D, literally my all my knowledge comes from the 2000 Dungeons and Dragons movie. So I consider myself an expert of sorts.
Some say this is true,
and it was weird how the actors weren't over emoting all the time. That was strange. And it was weird that it had a budget.
One of them was Hugh Grant. We see you.
Yeah. He was the only character that really resonated. No, the movie was as someone who doesn't really know D&D, I thought it was very fun and cool. Maybe you want to see more.
To me, one of the things I thought I could, like, if you had asked me before I watched if they could ever capture it in a way that didn't feel forced, I would say no, and they did. Is even like the fourth wall breakage with some of the things that they did, like when they ask, why is it only 5 questions that you can ask? And it's like, I don't know, it seems random. Like, that's stuff that we do sometimes when we're looking at it, like, oh, you can do this up until 20 feet. And like, what happens at 21 feet? I don't know. Nothing.
Yeah.
But
the hither stick to.
Yeah, it's like that kind of stuff comes up during the game. And if you ask me, oh, can they do this in? I was like, there's no way they can bring this up in a movie and make it work, and they did. So, like, I watched it the first time, I loved it. I watched it the second time now, I loved it even more. So I'm like a super sucker for the movie. And,
nerd.
Yeah, I am. And I found myself trying to, especially the second time around, trying to like, well, what spell is that? Or what level are they? Like that kind of shit. I caught myself doing that all the time.
Yeah, they do a good job of incorporating all the D&D stuff well without making it like fucking Han Solo's dice, right? Where it's like it's a thing when it didn't need to be a thing.
Or like the Warcraft
Everyone knows
movie.
what you're talking about.
Like the Warcraft movie where like if you haven't played, you have no fucking idea what's going on.
Yeah, it became confusing, right? Like, you know enough about magic, you know about dragons and creatures and stuff that none of it's out of place.
It feels like if you know D&D, you catch more, but like you can watch it as like Spencer said, hasn't played and it's still a fun movie to watch.
Yeah, I was kind of like excited to hear your guys. Like, I was kind of curious what the coolest like parts for D&D fans that I missed. Like, was there any ones that were like you're like, like they won't get it, but that was so cool.
Yeah, for me is a really obvious one. They made a cartoon in the 1980s.
Yeah.
Where it was like 6 kids that went to an amusement park and then fell into a hole for and ended up in the D&D world. Why they had to ride a roller coaster to do that, I'll never know. But they basically
just classic 80s cartoon magic.
they had some they had some weird dude called the Dungeon Master going around and telling them what to do every once in a while. And it was classic
He's just
80s
a pedo clown from the amusement park.
probably. Maybe they're just all high or dead, who knows.
Let's play a game.
But like he basically assigned them all a class, and they all like wore very colorful outfits.
Yeah.
And so in the scene where you have the maze and there's 3 teams, one of the teams is all those kids as adults
Yeah.
as the team. You can pick out all the different colors and the different character classes. So that was like, it was a really cool shout out that if you don't know, it wouldn't have registered. But for me, it was like, oh shit, it's the guys and the girls from the
Yeah.
fucking cartoon.
Did they all die?
No, they were in the cage in the middle, so technically they might have lived.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a great answer.
To me, the best one was like seeing some of the spells, like really the crazy spells that we use during the game, and seeing how they represented them, like meteors shower, like that she casts when they begin the fight at the end with the meteors, and Bigby's hand with the hands fighting. Like all of that stuff is always in our heads when we were playing, and seeing that portrayed super well, it was really fun.
Did this spell on like the supposed treasure room, was that an actual spell from D&D? It was
more than Kanan's arcane shield.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make me almost want to play Dungeons and Dragons. How you talk about it, but then I remember I like having sex, so I just decide I'm going to hold off for now.
Bro, this isn't the 90s.
Yeah.
Listen, bro, yo.
Hot people play.
Did you know Vin Diesel loves D&D?
Yeah, hot people. Joe Manganiello plays fucking D&D. Like Vin Diesel, say what you want.
He has a dungeon beneath his house where he plays. It's amazing. Yeah.
Wow.
You talking about
no sarcasm?
Does he play with his family?
Yeah, he plays with his now ex-wife Sofia Vergara. So.
Oh, you're talking about Joe? I thought you were talking about Vin Diesel. Yeah. That's why I said, does he play with his family?
I have no idea.
Split up. Joe and Sophia.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Welcome to the Joe Manganiello podcast hour. We talk about
Joe Manganiello TMZ hour.
Yeah,
it always comes back to Joe Manganiello.
Here's the latest tea. Did you know that Joe?
Thank you. Yeah, so they did a good job of just showing the game in a way that like it was impactful for people who know, but made a really fun movie for people that don't. At least that's my interpretation. Why don't you people who know nothing about Dungeons and Dragons tell us if you had fun or not? Chris.
I think this has got to be one of the most fun times I've had with a facts, like a movie that falls into the facts category in quite some time. Some notes that I wrote down were like the challenges outshine the world building, and I'm good with the world building, but like when we think of the formula, like we need the relationships with the people in the party. We need to know what their goals are. We need to know what their mission is. We need to know what their motivations are, and all of that was, it felt genuine to me. Like Edgin's trying to put his family back together. Holga is trying to maintain what she has, and then love lost. Like all of that build up, like even before the real mission kind of came together, I was already hooked. Also in large part thanks to the beginning kickoff of the movie. So Matt was right. Like the tone was set from the beginning and I was good. But the thing is that they kept coming with all of the foundations that you need in order to ride this out with them. And so even when they got towards the end, I don't give a fuck if this is a spoiler warning or not. Don't worry, I'm on the ball, but it is, bitch. They're on the fucking ship with the treasure, and the things are like wrapping up, but then the beckoning death is creeping down. Honestly, I thought the movie was gonna wrap at that point, and that would set up a sequel. But they decided to go back onto the playing field and take care of business. I was like, damn, I'm here for this. Let's go and fucking do it.
It's called that's called following your alignment. That's what that's called.
You know, like, goddamn. Like I had a good
Chris,
ass
can I
time.
ask you a question? When that happened, you weren't annoyed by the fact that the beckoning death clearly got to a level that they could not have gotten back in time to solve the problem.
Yeah, that was a little odd. I was
I'm
like,
like,
that thing was
it's like on top of
velocity-
everybody.
Yeah,
the velocity, like I'm not a premier mathematician, but like that shit was moving faster than they could have. Like maybe Simon used the wind spell. I'm guessing, but maybe they should have shown that.
You don't know the
Is
power.
that a plot hole?
It's the
Is
power
that a
of
plot
greed.
hole?
It's the power of greed. Like, oh, there's raining money. They all got really fast getting out of there.
And the power of friendship.
That's the kind of excuse Matt as a DM would give us.
And my also favorite scene was the
Am
introductory.
I wrong? Am I wrong?
Listen, how many displacer beasts were in this movie?
Yeah, exactly. That is another cool thing.
Yeah.
Like the whole maze part was super cool. Like that's the kind of shit that DMs, especially DMs that get thrown a curveball by their players, they go, oh, fuck, what am I gonna do? You're in a maze.
Yep.
Like that's
Figure it out.
so classic.
Bitches.
Yeah.
Chris, I'm
Hey,
just
at
going to start
least-
talking to you, like making things up like the way they are. When we're
So you're in a maze.
No, yeah.
And you've got chocolate pudding
Oh,
raining from the sky. You've got
roll that dice.
Your dice says you got a D6. What do you do?
Oh no, I'm going to bring out my critical sword.
This is a really
That's
good. This is a really good
powered.
time for.
Hey.
Actually, with Luciano,
Oh,
because
no.
what you're
Our lord.
describing is fucking making me angry.
Yeah, it's making me angry too.
Hey, there's nothing in our game. There's nothing better than a D6 when you're fighting chocolate pudding. I'm just going to say
Tell
that.
him.
You don't know that.
Get him.
That's fine, but this
Me
is
and
this
Chris
is the
know.
Dungeons and Dragons movie, not the weird, slightly porny game that Chris and Spencer played.
Well, that's a shame.
No, that's not porny.
The sounds you were making made it sound porny.
It is to me, Chris. It is to
I
me.
was well, I'm here for you, bro.
We were playing a
So
different game.
Well, that was that was the actually moment. I was trying to do the the newsflash actually.
I'm just gonna say
Yeah.
the thing that bothered me the most about that whole thing was when Chris said, "You have a D6. What do you do?" It made me want to go to your house and
it's-
punch you in the face.
Yeah, it's wrong.
D6 is a D6
I have
is
not
six-
played the
six
game.
This
dick.
is like
before.
it's so wrong in so many levels that I don't even know where to begin. But actually, did you know that in the last scene when they were fighting
Sophina.
Sofina, did you know that like light spell that Simon cast, that's called Magic Missile, and it misses her, and that spell cannot miss. Did you know
Yep.
that spell is not supposed to miss? I don't know how he
Oh
missed.
shit!
How can someone be that bad that he
I-
misses with Magic Missile?
Hope someone got fired
I
for
don't
that
know.
blunder.
I have no idea. Yeah. Also, well, I don't know if I want to go there, but actually, here's the thing. I wasn't really counting. Who am I kidding? I was counting. So, Sofina cast, by my count, 1 9th level spell, 4 or 5 4th level spells, and at least 3 or 4 like 7 level spells. Ain't no wizard with that many spell slots. What the fuck is going on there? Is she being played by the DM's girlfriend? Is that what's going on there?
Well,
That's what I'm
actually,
thinking.
she had a slot potion that had a plus
See,
5
this is why
slot effect.
This is on you,
Hey,
man, because you
let me
brought this
finish.
shit up.
Get
And
him,
now,
Get him, Spencer.
It had
now
a plus,
not only
plus
am I
5
offered-
Keep
slot.
talking, Spencer. Keep talking, Spencer. Keep talking.
I'm being
And-
offered what to do with a D6, and now there's a slot potion.
A slot
I
potion
want
can
to kill
increase
myself.
your slot by 7 slot holes.
Oh my
Did she
God.
take the
back
mushroom
to-
of emboldenment?
We're back to the porn game. I don't know why you need so many slots.
What's sexual about talking about slot holes? You look at me in the slot hole and you tell me it's sexual, okay?
Correct.
I think I am.
Yeah, I think you are.
Make connection.
Matt, my slot hole is so tight.
And this has been
Serious.
I'm actually with Luciano mostly and Weird
And
Spencer.
then some other shit
Some
going
weird
around
other
it.
shit.
Luciano, I have a legitimate question based on your actually segment. based on the spell that Simon cast that was not supposed to miss, and it missed Sophina. Is there an equivalent to? Forgive me. Is there an equivalent to like an Expelliarmus to like deflect spells? Is that possible?
Lucian, I'll take this one.
God.
Okay, go ahead. No, I'll take
Think
it.
about the unmissable
What is
spell.
this segment
No, I'm
called?
just joking.
What is
Luciano,
this
go.
segment called?
No, go.
Yeah, so you know how he, when she casts the time stop at the end, he does
Right.
a thing and he stops her. That's the equivalent. Like she could have done that, but then he wouldn't have missed.
It's
he
called
would just have canceled the
A
spell.
counter spell.
It's called a counter spell.
Yeah, there you go. The words.
But he wouldn't
They're important.
miss. He would just like fizzle the spell.
Which is kind of another thing. No, I'm not going to get back into. We're done.
Go,
We're past it.
Let's
No,
go.
no.
Let's
No.
go. I'm actually
it's
with
your
Matt
turn.
this time.
No,
Come on.
Your
no.
turn.
I'll,
Enjoy thyself.
I'll give it a
Enjoy.
whirl
Sorry.
on another podcast.
If we had any more listeners, they'd be gone by
They'd be
now.
left-
So
they'd
you
left
go
already.
ahead. You go ahead.
Let's get back
Listen,
to the
that's
fun
right.
of this movie, or the not fun of this movie.
We are having fun. But okay.
We are, but like let's let other people be involved in the fun instead of
No, fuck them.
alienating the 5 listeners we have.
They're with it.
They're not with it. Let's talk about favorite scenes, because I think there's some stuff. I talked about the initial scene in terms of the escape with Jonathan, but for the sheer enjoyment, it was the graveyard scene for me, where they start asking the questions, and Egan is like trying to clarify how many questions with Simon, and they blow through all their questions.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, that was a great. I saw that in the trailer, and it was still made me laugh.
Yeah.
Because it was even better
well executed.
in the movie. There's more.
It's a well executed.
Doesn't he like say it with like an inflection at the end? They're like, "Why would you raise your voice at the end?" Like,
That's the question.
it wasn't.
Don't say okay
It wasn't a question.
at the end.
Yeah, why? That's what it was. Why would you say "okay" at the end? That was fantastic.
Yeah.
My favorite scene was the like piggybacking just after the the ramp down in the graveyard, and they were talking about Zank, and then like Egan's like, "Now fuck this guy. I don't want to talk. I don't want to deal with him." And then they're like, "Actually, he's pretty cool. Actually, I heard he's really good. Actually," and then they cut to him, and he's delivering and saving babies with this holier than thou aura, and then he retrieves his cloak, and he's not waiting for the thanks. I was like, that's not only badass, but at the same time, he could get it. He could get it. He could get it.
Do you realize he took a cat out of a fish in that scene?
Yes.
That's the best part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He could.
All of that.
I remember in the theater, I was like, did he? I was like, did he just take a cat out of a fish?
Yep.
Like, yeah.
That gets
Actually-
Spencer slot holes purring.
yeah.
Actually,
I think, like, I like all of the scenes you guys described, but I think the one that really, like, I watched a couple of times was the scene where Simon is casting an illusion of Edgin and is singing, and it fails because he's the worst fucking sorcerer of all time.
Yep.
And he fails a concentration check because he stuck his foot, and then like this gets deformed and so
Yeah.
like I laughed
Beautifully.
so hard. Every
Beautiful.
time I watch that scene, I laughed so hard because it's so perfect.
Yeah. He like melts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was great.
It's so good.
what was the reaction to that poor guard? He was like,
It's
"What
like-
devil?
Yeah.
What devil magic or something?"
Yeah, it was like, what? Yeah, like what
was
cursed
perfect.
magic is this, or something
It
like
was-
that? Yeah.
And he looked terrified. I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, poor Muffin."
Yeah.
Great scene.
Oh gosh.
Can we just take a moment to acknowledge what a great name Jonathan is?
Oh,
that alone
There's so
might be my
many
favorite part of the
like,
movie.
The build up to that alone.
Yeah, there's just so many
And-
beautiful D&D names in this.
Jonathan. That
We're
just makes
fully
me laugh.
capable to decide your fate. Thank you very much for the judge. Boom. Hi, everybody.
The timing is perfect on that when he's telling a really heartwarming story. It's like, so, and that's how I really, lost my daughter. And so what's the update on Jonathan?
Yeah.
For great
I like
comedic
that
timing
he
and
goes
editing.
he goes back too far to resume the story as well. There's no, that's too far back. It's like, okay, right. Like that's entirely.
Whoa.
Also, again, I'm not gonna end actually this because this is actually pretty good. But how good of a bard is he? Like Matt, you've played probably more D&D than I have, and he like Edgin is the perfect amalgamation of every bard I've ever played with. Maybe
he's
he
not
could have been
horny
a little
enough.
bit more horny.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's both at the same time.
That's a thing.
Oh my
yeah,
god! All the fucking time.
Basically, everybody who plays a bard, especially people who haven't played D&D before, they come in and they want to be like the bard is just like a rock star who fucks. That's their angle.
It's a good angle.
Yeah.
I
Maybe I
remember.
should play this D&D.
Sexually.
I remember a
It's a good angle
scene
sexually.
very recently where one of our friends was playing a bard. He literally said this. He said, Matt was DMing and he said, okay, you guys are inside the tavern. Now what do? He said, I dropped my pants. Like literally, that was his first action.
Yep.
I was like, yep, sounds like a bard to me.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. See how it plays out.
Maintain. Stay on target.
Yeah.
Bring, bring,
As
bring.
non D&D folks,
Oof.
if you will,
Oof.
what do you have questions? Were there things
Yeah.
that confused you, concerned you,
Yes.
titillated you?
I don't know about titillation,
Ooh.
but it's the question is scintillating. Okay, so something that confused me. How do people not know
Magic exists?
Well, no. Take Sophina for example, and the death stare, the perpetual death stare. How do people not expect to be double crossed when you throw in with someone who looks like they're going to murder you in your sleep?
Are you talking about Forge specifically?
Well, Forge is a bit trickier because that's the con man angle. He's supposed to deceive you, but like Sophia was already like
The only
I
person
ain't going to sleep.
the only one who trusted her was Forge, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, again, didn't really
he bring
trust
her in?
her. Yeah, Forge brought her in.
Yeah, he brought her in.
And he was fully cognizant of what was going to happen.
Yeah, because he like
Right.
they like you find out later in the movie that like they intentionally trapped them, right? But
Yeah.
initially they were just like it's one big score, and I think Egan got blinded by the idea he can get the Tablet of Reawakening to save his wife, and so they were blinded to the obvious evils that lurked amongst them.
And he like Forge had to convince him, right? He was ready to say no, but yeah. I think people got blinded by greed or grief, one or the other.
Yes, I think
Is
that's what it is. Greed.
is the Bradley Cooper character
Malamar.
Is he-
Marleman,
a dwarf or a separate race of just mini humans?
the second one.
He's a
It's called
halfling.
a halfling. Yeah.
Oh, like a hobbit.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can't say hobbit.
Legally,
Because-
for reasons,
yeah.
we
Legally,
can't
they're
say
nothing
he's a
like
hobbit.
hobbits.
No, this is an actual thing.
Yeah.
So they wanted to call them hobbits, but like the Tolkien estate threatened
Wouldn't
to
let
sue
them.
the shit out of
Yeah.
them. It's like, nope, you're not gonna call them hobbit.
As they should.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So
So then Mike
Not a hobbit.
not a hobbit.
So their
Yeah.
feet
But
aren't
More
hairy.
importantly,
Just
Yeah.
like you can't have mithril.
sure
Right?
can't.
It's mithril
Mhm.
in the end.
Is it also
they got
a
away
tough
with that?
armor?
They did, yeah, they did.
Yeah, same thing. We just slap an A in the end instead of an I.
Oh, it's
Problem
like
solved.
okay.
I
Okay.
got another problem.
Yeah.
How does so what tribe does Holga hail from?
She's a barbarian.
like
Just a generic barbarian tribe.
class.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't think they say the name of the tribe.
She
do they?
mentions it, but
Yeah,
I thought it was like elk or something.
that actually sounds
could be wrong.
proper. No, because I think a lot of the barbarian tribes, a lot of the like tribes in D&D or in Faerun specifically are named after animals or things like that. So
I'm of the
But-
platypus
okay,
clan.
nice.
Quack
I
quack.
see.
Quack 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 quack, motherfucker.
Quack quack.
You motherfucking
Do
quack.
platypuses even quack? I don't even
Chris,
know.
you are
I got a-
correct.
I got a
She is
problem.
from the Uthgard elk
Oh.
tribe.
Yeah.
Quack quack.
Oh,
Quack quack,
Uthgard.
bitches.
Yeah.
I still have a problem, a very big problem,
Okay.
Okay.
and I need your help.
Yep.
How does legitimate question? Need your help. non D&D folk and real D&D folk. How does a halfling court a
Yeah.
barbarian?
Physically,
Take it as you
I will take it physically.
sexually.
He dives right in.
That's okay.
Jesus Christ.
It's about to die.
Chris, I believe that
Yes, sir.
colloquialism, both in D&D and outside of D&D, is it's not the size, but it's how you use it.
That's not what I inferred. I just said, how does one court?
That's the
And I
end
believe
result of courting.
There's another
Otherwise,
colloquialism called
okay,
dive right in.
that's slot hole.
Dive in that slot.
Oh my god, sexually.
She's got that slot potion, and he's the solution.
Oh no.
Okay. Because I thought there would be a whole,
There is a
there
hole.
would be there would be rituals. I thought there would be rituals involved before copulation. Not that copulation I'm not looking. I want to know what happens before all that.
Honestly,
Is there a
it's
date?
as much. It's like I have as the same question because I don't think there's any material in the D&D rules that talk about different sized people's mating. So,
Chris, have you courted someone in your life?
Yes, I have.
Careful.
that's the
Careful.
weird leading question.
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
One can't be too careful
Beware.
in this day and age. But
There be
I
monsters here.
I don't think.
I
I mean, I don't know where you're going with this, Matt. But I don't think Chris courted a halfling.
Well, no, but what is like?
almost did.
How does the size of a person change how you court?
Well, when a man and a woman love each other very much.
No, I covered that, and Chris said that wasn't what it was about. So now we have to take a step backwards.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Okay.
I covered
Okay.
the slot holes and diving into the sploosh, as you
Slot
termed
hole.
it.
The slot hole.
Yeah, but Chris was like, "No, it's just general courting."
Well, he went up to her and said, "Hello. I think you are a very handsome woman. Would you dare to go out with me for a late night mead on the Moonlight Trail? I am
like
told
how
I
you
look like
brought it
Bradley
back.
Cooper.
Yeah,
And she seems to have a type, if you remember. in
She
the
likes
end
her
of she's
short
getting a
kings.
medal.
She
Yeah.
likes her short
Yeah.
kings.
yeah,
She
Chris.
does.
Chris, it's your hang up that's problem here.
It's not a hang up. I just
yeah.
said how.
You're like, how?
It's
How
not
could
a
this
hang up.
possibly
It's not
happen?
wrong.
How
It's
could
what's on
short
the
No, I
kings?
said
inside,
how.
Chris. What's on
Yeah.
the inside?
How are these
Don't attack
short
me. I said,
kings
how does it
stealing these
happen?
regular sized
I-
women out from under my gaze?
Under my
I never
6'3"
thought-
gaze.
I never thought of you
Listen.
as this bigoted a person.
Oh,
Chris.
my
I'm
God.
disappointed.
Listen, it says, how does it happen? I said, how does it happen?
How does a
I wanna
woman
know what
love
the-
a
I wanna
short
know-
man?
I
How?
would love to see. No.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
No,
she,
I
she
wanna- I
can't.
wanna know
It's
the
impossible.
game. I want to
Wow.
hear. I want to peep game. I want to see what these G's. I don't even use the term halfling. These dudes are
Bruh,
in these streets.
This
G's.
is Bradley Cooper.
Spin game.
Man is beautiful. That's all he needs.
He's not Bradley Cooper. He's what his name?
Marleman?
Marleman? Yeah.
Thank you, Marleman.
Fucking D&D names, man.
What's wrong with Marleman?
Sounds like spread. Sounds like
It's
what
very
you gotta put
D&D,
the
nothing wrong with it.
Australian
I
spread.
think Marleman's
Spread this
got-
marmalade on your toast, milady.
Hey, thank you. See, fuck all of you. This is the answer that I was waiting for.
And I delivered.
But why does it matter that he's small?
Yeah.
That's your hang.
It doesn't. I just said how.
But you made it about the height. You're like, how is a short king court?
I never said any of that shit. Spencer answered my question. Y'all failed.
Y'all
both
everyone
wrong.
listening to this
He
podcast
had to-
right now
listen.
can rewind
No.
about 4 minutes and find your lies recorded for posterity for all of
Nah,
time.
fuck all that.
We got-
fuck all
guys,
that.
we-
Spencer answered my
We got
question.
the FBI on the line.
Y'all were too serious.
Yep, we got him. We got him.
We got it.
Swarm!
You can't catch me. You can't catch me. I'm in the speed force.
Hey, I got an idea. What about Dungeons and Dragons Honor
What-
Amongst
What?
Thieves?
Is that what we're
What
talking
now?
about?
That movie we watched.
we were talking about it, so y'all fucked up the answer. But I
What
got the answer.
were
I
we
wanted.
talking about? Exactly.
We were talking
No,
about how.
No.
Doesn't matter what we were talking about.
Swarm!
Let's get back to this movie,
Actually,
if we could. Let's talk about a
Yes.
bit more about the movie before we talk about
Let's
some
go.
of the plot holes we may have found. The movie, story-wise, we end off with the sky beam. You know, those happen. No big deal.
Classic.
Classic sky beam.
The what?
Sky beam.
Oh, Sky.
You don't think the beckoning death was a sky beam? It came from the
It was
sky
like
Yeah.
in a very
But it wasn't a
straight down.
beam.
It was,
in
it was
beam
very
form.
slow lightning. It
was slow.
It was very slow lightning. I agree.
Chris,
But okay, sure.
Matt,
okay.
I agree with you. Falls into the sky beam category. Cataclysmic death from above.
Yeah, like
Okay.
it wasn't a lightning bolt fast, but it beamed down in a straight
Fair.
motion.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
Were you satisfied with the ending? Like, do you think that everyone got a medal correctly? Did anybody get left out on the medal ceremony?
Why didn't Chewie get a medal?
Yeah, why
No,
did
wrong-
Chewie?
wrong
Why was
franchise.
Chewie in this movie?
No, no. Oh,
Marleman
no.
did not get a medal.
What do you like?
No, you did
are there
not.
spots in the movie you wanted more backstory? Like, did you want to see Chris? I'm going to ask this directly to you. Did you want to see Marleman and Holga courting? Did you want to see how that went down?
I would have loved to have seen. That would have been charming.
To see
Or-
I
something
would have loved
so
to see-
outrageous?
Or Marleman and his new
No,
girlfriend?
fuck you. Exactly.
Was it Glenda? Am I just
Gwyn.
making
Oh,
that name up?
Gwen.
Gwyn.
Yeah.
See, I care. Anyways, yeah, that'd have been fun. Like that. I like what is like what is what's so what's their type?
I want to see
Like-
Jonathan's backstory.
I'm talking about Gwyn. Oh,
He's my favorite character in the movie. I really wish he joined.
Who is he?
Like when they flew down together, I just wish he was stuck with them.
Just joined the party.
They were like,
that would have been
they're
amazing.
Like, they think that you assisted in our escape. You have to come with us. I would have loved that.
Okay.
Locked up. I'm sorry, guys.
Which, well, I mean, that's the
wasn't-
question, right? If you had to make if you were to like make an offshoot of this movie, 4 characters. Jonathan obviously is in the group. Who else joins Jonathan
Obviously.
on his own quest?
Ooh.
The dead guy,
to redeem himself.
The
to redeem
dead,
Oh,
himself.
Sven?
guy?
the dead guy.
the guy
Yeah.
who never went back to sleep. But
Wait,
back
so-
to death.
Sven is his brother. It's
No,
Sven.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
The-
no.
Sven is the guy that died from hitting his head on the
No,
bathtub.
that he's Ven.
No, he's Sven.
No, he's Ven.
No,
Ven was the last
Okay, this
one,
is
and
awful.
Ven is the
No,
one
no,
who's
no.
still
Chris,
alive.
Chris.
this is awful.
Chris, let them finish.
Let him cook.
Let them fight. Let them fight.
Anyways, okay. Sven or Ven. Which one? Ven was in the group?
Ven.
You got to be really careful when you want to ask him a question.
Chris, let him
It's
finish.
not Sven. It's Sven.
Yeah.
Chris, let him finish.
I think they did that on purpose, and
Wow.
we fell for it. And I
We
love
sure
it.
did.
Anyway,
But yeah, so he's in there, but no one can ask him a question because he'll die.
yeah.
That's fucked up.
Was it anyone? Oh, yeah,
That'd
was
be
anyone
amazing,
asked
though.
him a
Can you
question?
imagine? Nobody ask him a question. He's gonna
Do they
die.
cover his ears every time?
Yeah,
It's
go
like,
public.
I shouldn't ask him a question. Dead.
Yeah,
It's not for you. It's not for you. It's not for you.
Who else is in this
Just so
party?
you
But he
No.
can't be killed, so that's just one weakness. It's actually a great little
Yep.
character. I'm trying to think
Who
of the
else
other
is
characters in the
Who else
film.
would be there?
I'm gonna throw. You know what? I'm gonna throw Forge in there.
Okay, that's
Oh,
the common denominator between the two. Forge.
Yeah,
Forge is getting a crew together.
Jonathan,
he's getting a crew.
Sven, Ven, and Forge. We need a fourth. I want to see.
High level podcasting happening here.
Gwen.
Yo. It's true. It's the truth.
Gwyn?
Cut
It's
it
the
in
truth. This
post.
is
Can cut it in post.
Yo.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I want to see.
you might be right with Gwyn.
I'm just trying to think of any other characters in the movie.
There
I
actually
mean, there are, but we don't know their names.
there weren't a lot. Like I'm looking at the cast
Wait,
and
I don't know D&D. Can one of the dragons be in the crew?
I was thinking
there
that,
were
but like,
multiple dragonkin in the movie.
Yes.
Put the jangly guy in.
oh,
Remember that guy?
Especially, like,
Jangly.
what happened to him?
Yes, jangly to you, good
you,
sir.
Yo, because he got his come up and he got back on his feet after that. It's like I'm living. This is my new.
I'm
life
not
now.
sure that jangly guy had an intelligence over 4.
Yeah,
Hey, that's okay.
Yo.
sounds about. No, it's
He's,
not okay.
he's got other skills.
It's not in the older D&D
Why does it
versions.
sound
He could,
sexual?
he could have said, "I don't believe in gravity," and that would have worked.
Yep. You're welcome. You're learning too much already. Okay, that's
Yes,
that's
you
good
are.
crew.
Maybe
Go
this is not the
charge
strongest
the-
team. One guy can't be asked a question. One guy can't be told anything. The other was going to walk off a cliff.
Hey,
know,
this is the best Forge can pull after his
Yeah.
downfall.
Yeah,
You're
that
right.
sounds
He's
about right.
Not the
bottom.
A1
It's
pick
the
we were
rock
hoping
bottom
for.
crew,
No.
you know,
Jangly
All right.
guy.
Jangly, go court those female guards. Jangly.
Jangly.
So basically, he's Groot, right?
Yeah, he's like,
Oh,
Jangly?
yeah.
We just fucking once again we've dethroned the gunverse
Yep.
under the DC.
Jangly? Was that a question? No.
Jangly.
Oh, God.
Oh no, he's dead.
You can do this, right, Jangly? Jangly.
Jangly?
Why did you say jangly with an inflection at the end?
Yeah.
Jangly. See what I did
Oh
there?
my god.
Pokemon.
Well, shit.
Jigglypuff, yeah.
There you go.
All right, let's get into it. Brass tacks.
All right, let's get into it.
All right,
Was it
all right.
Sven or Ven? Guys, go.
Biggest plot hole in the movie.
One last time. It wasn't Sven, it's Sven. Okay? It's not Sven, it's Sven.
No, it was Van.
Chris,
It's Sven.
let him finish.
Exactly. That's what I said.
Let him cook.
Let him
Let
go.
him cook.
We're almost
All right.
there.
Plot holes. I really could only find one. And when Zank talks about do they talk about the Thay home province? Like
Yeah,
the
called
name of
Thay.
it?
Famous
It's Thay.
Kira.
Oh,
No.
Shut
I thought the people are
one for
Thay.
your head top.
No, I think the place
Thayans.
is Thay as well.
They're Thayans, yeah.
They are
right. It's
Thayans,
Thay,
and they're from
yeah, So it's
Thay,
Thay.
yeah.
So when Zank talks about Thay and the beckoning death being used there by the most evil looking guys since fucking the Emperor,
Do it.
he his parents and his friends, they all get hit by the beckoning death and they all turn into zombies. But
Danger zone.
he gets like a little like a wisp of the beckoning death, and it marks him because you get that little half sun thing on his forehead with the little
Yeah.
poke sticking out.
Yeah.
But he survives and he's just forever changed, and I don't know if that makes him immortal. I have no idea because he's like fucking 1 billion years old. But they don't like how does he not like why doesn't he die? Why doesn't he succumb to the red dust?
Because he
he's
rolled
Harry
a
Potter.
natural 20. Is that right?
Okay, well,
I mean, that's actually a valid answer.
fuck you, Spencer.
What?
You have no idea what you're doing.
Nailed
I don't
it.
know how you got that right.
Yeah, this is
The clock
this
is right twice, two times a day.
Exactly what I was gonna say. That's
The black
just
squirrel
like,
finds a nut once in a while.
Yo,
Jesus.
sometimes you the windshield, sometimes you the bug, my man.
I was gonna say
right.
he's such a fucking stick in the mud that even the beckoning death didn't want to have anything to do with him. That's what
Reaching.
that would be my answer, because fucking like I know he's supposed to be cool and everything, but like he's such a pain in the fucking ass, and it's PTSD from playing with paladins that act exactly like that.
Actually, I have a counter.
Uh-oh.
He is the coolest. He's Drax cool, but better. Do you know why? I'll tell you. When they're setting up the plan with him and they're in his study or whatever, and he stops Edgin. What do you mean? What are you going to do with all the riches, Edgin? I will not be associated with any ill-gotten
Booty. Yeah.
I was like,
Why did he use that word?
my man.
I love that conversation too. I don't truck in colloquialisms, he says. Like,
You know.
I'm like, fuck you, you piece of shit.
My man.
Yeah,
So, are they born
My
paladins?
answer is
They're
no,
born
no.
pork paladins?
No,
What?
no, you're not. Yeah, a class is like a profession. You choose it.
Oh, so he chose to be a paladin.
Well, I don't think he had any choice because the stick up his ass made him be
Yeah.
a paladin.
But what's the real answer? Is there a real answer?
Well,
No.
in D&D, traditional D&D, and they got rid of this in the last set rule set, but in the original rule set, you had to be a very specific alignment, and you had to be have very specific stats, and if you didn't, you couldn't be a paladin, and that
Exactly.
made you the stick in the mud or the stick up your ass guy that Zenk is. So that's why it happened. In the movie itself, you need a paladin in the story, and he made sense. But I don't know how he didn't die, and I want to answer that question.
Fucking Spencer ruined it with
No,
a
no.
serious answer
No.
that he didn't even know was a
was
serious
that,
answer.
was that a serious answer? I thought it
It
was a
actually
joke.
works. It actually works.
But I think in the context of the movie,
In the context of the
rolling
movie,
a nat 20 doesn't exist.
He did not inhale.
Oh, he held his breath.
That's some good Elvin dust, my man.
He did not inhale. Is that,
know,
is that,
Oh, there
There's
you go. He had a cold. His
There's
nostrils
nothing
are
I
plugged.
love more than references from the 90s on our podcast in 2023. It really gets the audience
man.
going.
it's just so topical.
Oh man, listen, man. Have you ever had dragon's horn dust, my man?
Oh no.
I did not have sex with that dragon.
He's a kid. He's like 8.
So-
I wasn't even talking. I'm just picturing Bill Clinton
You
in this
wanna
world now.
Who's the Monica Lewinsky in this Faerun
Wow.
world?
Sophina.
Oh shit! Okay,
Let's not.
so
Let's
we
not.
want, first we want to answer Matt's question: how he did
Yeah.
not die, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what?
He had a
Okay.
What
cold.
was he take?
He had a cold, couldn't breathe.
In order to
fuck's
answer this
sakes.
question, I need a little more information.
Yeah, okay, great.
What
Right.
is
Go for it.
the beckoning death a thing in the game?
No.
Not really, but it amounts to a spell using an artifact that turned everybody it touched into a zombie that was loyal to the Thayan dude.
Did we see any children being affected by this spell?
Oh, tons. Yes. They alluded to his friend or his sister get eaten up by the spell.
Yeah.
You see her.
Did we see any young boys influenced by the spell?
Well, him, but he got away.
So maybe it's immune. It's ineffective to kids who have not had their bar mitzvah.
Oh yeah.
Male.
Famously, the main religion in Thay was Judaism, for sure.
Even I know that.
So, but like the little girl got caught, and she didn't have a bar mitzvah or
Yeah,
bar
because she's
mitzvah.
a girl.
No, but
She's
she
like,
couldn't
oh.
have one. But by your logic,
but
she
the-
should have survived, right?
No, it only
No, because she's a year younger, but she had her bat mitzvah already.
But he
Yeah.
said bar mitzvah, so
bar mitzvahs
No,
are
but
just
it's
for
both.
men.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm being literal, you fucks.
Yeah, she would have had a bat mitzvah, and it affects people who
year
have
before.
bat mitzvahs.
You said
God.
it. Okay, there. Now you've clarified. Thank you for that.
It's Sven.
Not then.
It's
Let
Sven,
them fight.
not
Let them
Sven.
finish.
Okay. I play a lot of D&D, and I haven't seen the Jewish God show up in.
Yeah, maybe not in your campaigns.
I mean,
Catch my
if
drift.
this was the creeping death, and he wasn't the firstborn, maybe that's why.
Are you saying in your campaigns you don't have Jews don't exist in your idyllic campaign?
How many?
Yes.
How many Ks? How many Ks are in the
Sorry.
beckoning?
That's actually, you know what?
How many Ks are the
don't-
beckoning
I
spell? Is a good.
Sorry, excuse me. What's that? My lawyer has told me not to answer that question, as it may be used to
You have a
incriminate
good
me at a
lawyer.
later date.
You have a good lawyer. Yeah.
Yeah,
You pay them.
yeah. My
you
lawyer's a
money.
goblin, so it's.
Oh, he's Jewish.
sorry about that.
Oh
my
my God!
goodness.
Oh, J.K.
happening?
Rowling, where did you come from?
How many? Okay, next question related. How many Ks are in J.K. Rowling?
Now it's JKKK rolling.
Oh,
So the creeping death. How did it not kill Zank?
Good question. I'm glad you asked. Luciano, take it.
plot armor.
I mean, the creeping death didn't kill him because he put lamb's blood on his door. And then it skipped him.
That's better than plot armor. We don't accept plot armor here on this podcast. You have to give me a
Yeah.
better answer
Okay,
than
cool.
plot armor.
I will give you a better answer, and it is thusly. It was Sven.
That's it. You know what?
Wait,
We got it.
Sven saved him?
No, Ven.
Then
Then
saved
say,
him.
let him cook.
Okay, yeah.
No, we're moving on from this.
I'm telling you, it was Sven.
Right.
Or was it
He
Sven?
saved him.
Did he pass out or anything?
Because
I don't
it
remember.
makes sense.
No.
Who?
He was running and then he stopped and like someone reached out to grab him.
Yeah, and they pulled
Off-screen.
him just before he off screen, like the whole.
And then he ran away. And I don't know where he ran to because it really seemed like there was some sort of
He was
blocker
yeah.
to not let them escape.
And he was at a
Right.
top,
A wall.
a top of a wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
A Trump wall.
That's right. There were like a bunch of people around with shields, like preventing people
That
from
was
leaving.
my
That's right.
interpretation. So this is why I asked the question.
Whoa.
Oh my god,
Wow.
I forgot about that.
So do we think that the people
missed
that
that.
were blocking them from escaping had pity on him and pulled him out before
Like
he
a
could
Finn.
have been like a Sven
Sven.
or a Finn, hypothetically, pulled him out before the
I don't
the
know.
stuff to get him?
The Thayans don't seem like people full of pity or remorse to me.
So were the stormtroopers.
Oh god.
What?
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Let him cook.
Yeah,
Let him cook.
Stormtroopers were all okay. You know where
I
I'm
truly
going.
do
So, yeah.
not, but
Then
we can move on.
what? Yes. And then like my like follow up question to that is like, where'd he get that sword? That sword was really cool. Yeah.
Well,
That's
we're not answering
great-
that
great
because
question.
that has
I'm not
nothing to
answering-
do with my question.
Great tangent, Chris,
He
but we do not have time for that sword you're talking about.
He bought it.
Oh, the credits.
Chris, we're out of
Out of
time. Matt, what were you saying?
We're out of time, Chris.
he yields his time.
Let's move on since we're not finding an answer to this very challenging question that has clearly vexed our co-hosts. I got some easier questions for you because I feel like
Vexed.
you're more capable of handling these questions.
I'm intrigued.
Oh wow.
What?
I mean,
How many K's were in that, Toad?
I don't know what you're saying, honestly.
Matt, focus.
Unlimited power. Unlimited power.
you had questions, Matt.
If I
Go
could
ahead.
smite you with righteous condemnation, I would. But here we are.
How many K's in condemnation?
A lot. A lot of Ks.
Get him!
How?
Spencer.
How would you include Jeremy Irons in this movie?
Oh.
Specifically, like he did in the other one. Blood rain from the skies.
Could he have been Zastam's real boss?
Oh, you're saying he's the guy at the end of the movie? Like, imagine like when it cuts at the end and it
Who's
shows
pulling
him.
strings like the
It's like someone's
Thanos.
pulling the strings, and then it cut to him in the shadows, and you just hear, "We're gonna kill him with dragon." That would have been my ending.
Zastam was nothing compared to. You had your chance, Zas.
What was the character
Step
that
aside.
Jeremy Irons played in the other movie? Was that a real character?
No.
No.
Most of that stuff was made
Okay.
up. He was just some random wizard.
Okay,
Yeah.
He was just
so he
getting
can't
paid.
he can't reprise his role and have become a shared universe.
I mean, he could.
Sure. I mean, yes. And
dragon.
so if we really got into technicalities, I do not remember at that stage of the game. We were probably in 3.5 rules.
Oh, boy.
I think it was.
2000s? Yeah.
Was that Greyhawk instead of.
Oh boy!
Is that. Or is it still
Forgotten?
Faerun?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was no, yeah, 3.5 was Greyhawk, yeah.
Yeah. So a completely different world. So we can't let them mix Spencer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can migrate. Sorry.
Actually,
Actually, I do remember one adventure where we could have done that, Matt, which was yours, because you just fucking didn't care.
Listen,
Like, oh, this is from another game. I don't
as
care.
great as that sounded to everyone else,
We could still bring him in. Whatever.
well, we can.
'Cause that character was
Did
so
we make
good.
this movie? No.
yeah, of course.
What character would he play in this movie of the existing
He was-
characters?
He was Protheon.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
Of course I know
Protheon,
that. Everyone knows that.
Sophia's dad.
Protheon.
what?
He could play Sophia's dad.
Oh.
Now we're
Was
talking.
he a red? He could have been a red wizard in the other
He
one.
could have
He
been a
wore
red
red.
wizard. That'd be
Sure.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
He just needed to be bald.
I feel that.
It's fine.
And Sophina was like Hulk smashed in the end.
Did she die?
So she was dead. And this,
Yeah.
well, it looked
I
like
feel
it to
like
me.
when she got tossed into the building and then all the rubble fell on her, that was a killing blow.
And then
After she got Hulk smashed
yeah,
in the ground,
that was
like
very
Loki.
Hulk Loki esque.
Yeah, oh, 100%.
Yeah, but she's not a god. She's just a glass cannon, and so the glass was shattered.
As all wizards
That makes
are.
that scene a lot more, a lot darker.
It's all
Yeah.
right. Dork smiled after.
Yeah,
so
we're having fun.
it's fine. Yeah, everybody's having a good
We're having
time.
fun here.
Yeah. the evil wizard was killed by a beast. She was an owl bear at the time.
So Jeremy Irons, where are we on this?
His Profion,
Sophia's dad.
Profion Sophia's
Yeah.
death. Thank you. Moving on.
And much. There you go.
You guys all recognize Thembershot?
Yeah.
Well, the dragon, the
thick dragon. Yeah.
dragon. The thick
Thank you.
dragon.
The dummy.
The
thick
dummy
dragon.
thick clap with the dummy thick
real
clappers.
Thick.
Yeah. How did Thembershot become
Yes.
or get to being dummy thick?
I got this, guy.
All right,
Step
cool.
aside.
Go for
It's
it.
very simple. And I'm going to make it as succinct as fuck. Observe them buttermilk biscuits.
Was that his whole diet for like 1,000 years?
Completely.
He grew
I
up
see,
in
I
the
see.
South.
Completely.
No, I think you're on to something. Think you're on to something
know,
here.
South Fair.
So
Sure.
again, when he was he had a bunch of treasure in his place.
I see what you're going with this.
Well,
Technically,
No, he
yes.
ate the treasure, I guess.
You didn't really see a lot of it.
Biscuits.
Yeah.
Just to get real nerdy, real quickly, he basically led to the forges for the Durgar, which are like dwarves that live in the Underdark, to do all their smithing, and then they paid him in gold. So yes, he had gold. I don't know if he saw a lot of it though.
wait, that dragon
think he
can
ate
use
a lot of it.
gold?
That's my question. The dragon paid
Does he have
them?
thumbs?
Well, no, the other way
Does
around.
the dragon understand
Dragons,
currency?
dragons are
Dragons are
hoarders.
extremely
they
smart.
love treasure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ooh.
But can they use treasure?
sure, why not?
Do they have opposable
what?
thumbs?
Yeah,
Listen,
why do you
dwarves.
need opposable thumbs to use a coin?
We need to do something.
yeah. You can just pick it up like
Dwarf,
this. You don't
about-
have to go with that. Your two
Like
fingers.
this. Great podcasting, man.
You see
You're
how deep my pockets go, Mr. Dwarf. And so we need to do something about this entrance. I need it to be smaller, okay? What are we going to do? Here's the gold. Make it happen.
Wait, can they talk?
Yeah.
I think they
But
do.
I mean, Thembershot probably
He
couldn't.
didn't talk in the
but
movie
yeah.
though.
No, he didn't.
Dragons are ridiculously smart. Like beyond.
This one was rolling like a
genius level.
dash hound down a hill. And he didn't
know what,
seem
though?
like this the
By the
smartest
way,
character.
that scene is fucking amazing.
Tell me it didn't work.
Yeah.
Sliding down the thing.
He didn't come off as like this intelligent, articulate, well versed
No.
being. He was like,
Yeah.
He was
oh, like rolling down the hill at them.
rolling.
So I think the leading theory here is that he consumed nothing but buttermilk biscuits for a good long time. I think-
Dwarven.
Oh,
Dwarven. Southern
deliberate.
Dwarven.
What is the difference?
The difference
Yeah.
is that in the north they use wheats. They use
Wheat.
amber wheats, and they grow at the bottom of the mountains. But dwarven yeast, okay, is a lot more potent, and it expands a lot more. So the difference
Chris,
between
can you?
Yes,
I need you to alter your nonsense slightly because they all live underground. Can you work
Yeah.
that into your story?
I was yes, I can.
Okay, thank
if
you.
let me cook, literally. Actually, dwarven yeast, right? So dwarven yeast grows beneath the surface.
Also, these
of the
people
ground.
aren't dwarves. They're Durgar. Very,
Oh
very
my
different.
god!
People that Thembershot work
listen.
with.
Okay.
You said you didn't want to do an actually, but you're doing it right now.
I'm just being accurate to the story
I'm
Chris
here
is
for
trying
this.
to tell.
I'm here for this. Okay. So please regale me. Give me the
Durgar who live underground.
accuracy. Durgar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Durgar,
get
thank you.
very offended if you call them dwarves. Actually,
Yeah.
Would it be safe to say Durgan yeast?
You know, I'll
What do you
allow it.
mean, you
Sure.
people?
How many K's are in your? Okay. So Durgan yeast expands a lot more when heated
Okay.
versus above ground wheat that is then processed down. And so when you get
I
them
see.
when you get them Durgan buttermilk biscuits, them things are the size of 12 men. And they're delicious as fuck. You know why? Because when they're heated at lava temperature, 7,000, I don't want to say Kelvin, but 7,000 degrees, right?
How many-
Them shits come out rock
How
hard.
many K's are in Kelvin?
Delicious.
Chris.
That's a great question. Let me tell you.
All of them.
Over 9,000!
I have a real.
Moving on.
Okay.
We spent enough time with that question.
You thought you had me.
It's too
You thought
long.
you had me.
We shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake.
I got you.
How?
That was a mistake.
Apparently, we have a
Occasion
question
mistake.
here, and you know what? I'm just skipping here. Our friend Simon.
Yes.
I think you're saying a friend asked this question. Bill from Cincinnati asked.
Our friend Simon.
Friend
asked.
Simon from Cincinnati asked us.
What did Simon and Doric do on their first date?
Not each other. I'll tell you that much. Kids got no riz.
Negative Riz. That boy, poor boy.
Rizless wizard.
You know what Doric did? She put a Riz straining order on that boy.
Oh,
Doric ain't doing him.
I wanted to hate it, but I love it.
Mm.
What
the heck?
He's not getting close to that slot hole.
Did they actually go on a date, or did she just like ask her out? And
No,
she was like,
they went on a date because Simon's like, we went on a date and it did not go well.
You made me.
He made her feel sad.
You said I made you sad.
Yeah.
Not because of anything I did, just because of who I am.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That poor
Accurate.
boy.
That's that. Well, he had to glow up.
Do you think he tried to like impress her with like one of his stupid like grass smell tricks or something like that? Like, look what I can do.
Sure.
Something like that.
It's possible.
He took her out for some nice Darwin yeast waffles. Durban?
Crackers.
Durban? Durgan?
Durgan.
Tyler Durgan?
Yeah.
Tyler Durgan waffles?
Your references are getting newer now. We're in the 2000s, so that's
I'm
exciting.
moving forward. And he took her out.
He's connecting the dots.
And he said, what kind of animals can you change into? Wink. And that really turned her off.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Actually, I can see that happening. Actually.
Yeah.
So, what kind of animals can you turn into?
Can you turn into a gerbil? Wink.
If I put peanut butter,
no,
on my
we're not
body,
doing it.
Now, to be fair, is not anything
he wouldn't do
did.
that. He wouldn't do that.
No,
right? It's just who
he is.
It's just who he is.
You could go that. You could actually. So where did this date
Probably.
take place?
Okay. Without getting too like nerdy again.
Oh,
but
as he gets extremely nerdy.
He tried to.
He said nerdedly.
He tried to, like, say, yeah. I think he tried to say like, oh, when I become a little bit more powerful, I can turn into animals too because I will have this spell called polymorph.
Sorry, did he say, do you like furries? Is that what he said?
Yeah, something like that. I was building up to something like that, but yeah, I think he said that to her.
Okay.
Yeah. That would make anyone sad, really.
Great.
For honest.
I hate it. Forge and Sophina seem to have a special relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yikes.
As evidenced by her special abilities in cooling off items for Forge. What do you think?
Like fingering his teahole?
Yeah.
His T-slot.
Not the slot hole. Not the slot hole.
T-slot.
But the T-hole.
Yeah.
Different kind of hole. Not the T-slot.
What do you think, like, what are the weird things Forge asks Sophina to do when no one else is in the room?
Oh, no.
Like Kira's out of the way and the guards are, like, far on the other side of the castle.
Oh, this is good.
Frozen hand jibber?
Frozen hand jibber? Oh, God. That sounds very uncomfortable.
Yes.
If the stranger is a numb hand, what's the frozen hand?
An Elsa.
Hand. It's a friend's hand. It's a friend's hand.
The Elsa?
Yeah. Friendly
Don't
Olaf.
let it go.
Yeah. Don't let it go.
Oh, my God.
That's better.
Oh, no.
That's better. I tip my hat.
Tarnished it. You've tarnished it.
It's cold and unforgiving.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God.
Anything else?
Seriously, we know it's called
Maybe some other
weird sex acts.
Maybe she asks him to finger other holes with her frozen finger.
That's the obvious low hanging fruit, Luciano.
You're better than that.
That's
better.
okay. I'm okay
You're
with
better
that.
than that.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
Okay,
not.
let's just-
What? No, I'm not.
let's just talk this through a little. Let's think this through.
Yeah.
What does he like? What is Forge like?
Power,
Cash money.
power. He likes
Power,
power.
money.
Cash money.
Uh,
Who cares
Control.
about power? It's just money.
well, power and control.
And
Like,
what
he
abilities
loves
does
ordering
she
you
have?
around and,
Like, I don't know her other powers.
magic.
Magic.
And
Don't worry
can
about
she
it.
make-
You can make it do.
Can she make?
Yeah, it can just
Magic's
do
like the
whatever.
Force. You can do whatever the fuck
Can
you
she
want.
make him like
Yeah.
hallucinate things and see things and feel things?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
No, I'm tired of autoasphyxiation, Sophia.
Can you
true.
asphyxiate me?
Can you
Is that what?
can you cast your little
Choke.
tentacles to asphyxiate me up top and below?
Oh, I see.
And
So,
below. Oh God.
so basically, casting
Choking.
black tentacles on him on purpose.
choking his little lord?
Yeah.
Ah.
Choke the big lord and the little lord at the same time.
Yeah.
We call
How
it
did we
the
get?
deep
I was trying to
PL.
take us out of this, and we went right back. We just
Yeah.
dove right
So
back
now
in.
it's Spencer, I'll give you one more
Come smell-
time. Drag us out.
Okay, so what powers does she have that can be used in
Tech-
for
so-
a positive way? Like I know she can
Without
destroy
getting
things.
too- Yeah, without getting too far into
Sure.
D&D, generally wizards have the ability to learn any spell. They have to read it from a book and then they know it for the day. So
she
your
control people's
limitation
minds?
is your imagination. Yeah.
There's almost nothing that a wizard with the spell in hand couldn't
Yeah.
do.
So just assume she can get her hands on any spell.
Can she make him a immortal god king?
Technically,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Technically, yes, with a wish.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's well. Was that the question? What would he have her do?
This is why we just go with the sex
sorry,
things,
yeah, okay.
because
It's easier.
Stick her
yeah.
frozen hand in his
I have
giant
an
flaming
answer.
asshole. You call it the snow
I
cone.
got something.
Moving on.
The answer to your, another
No, she,
another
she
answer.
calls it the Neverwinter.
Sorry, yeah,
probably.
there.
Oh. It burns so cold. So I think with the sphere of water that Sofina used on Inkin and
He put it
Olga,
up his ass.
it looked like water. It was water. Well, you could do that. That's not where I was going, but yeah, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of amusement parks in Faerun.
I like
so,
this answer.
perhaps when no one's looking, there's she could potentially whether I would phrase it like him. He's like, could you entrap me in this water ball and roll me down a hill? Because
When you drown,
no, they were fine.
Well,
It looks like it was just
So
protective
I,
more than.
I was gonna let it go, but that spell.
Was it?
I'm
What was it?
actually.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's not. It's not water.
what was it?
It's made of
Jello?
It's made of force.
ugh,
Don't ask.
Ugh.
Fuck it. Okay.
Don't
I hate
ask.
that answer
It's
so
called
much.
that spell is called a
It's made
resilience
of
sphere.
midichlorians.
I'm sorry. I'll take my leave. I'll take my leave.
So, anyways, she shoved the ball of force up
Yeah,
his
there we
ass.
go.
Probably.
There you go.
They call it force because he
Now
forces
we're
it up his
now we're in
ass.
familiar territory.
So he's like, so Forge is like, I need to sneak these keys into this meeting of before he became Lord of Neverwinter. He's like, I need to get this this microphone in so I can record, and get some dirt. Where can I hide this? And she's like, well, I can trap it in a forest ball and shove it up
What
your ass.
microphone are you talking about?
Who gives
Okay,
a fuck?
I thought you were going to say he was going to start a podcast.
It's no. He's like, I have to sneak this sending stone
Oh,
up my ass. Or sorry, the sending
no,
stone.
he asked for it up his ass. Just straight to the point. I need to
So
send,
his ass
I need to
talks?
send it up my ass.
No,
Oh, maybe
the
maybe
ass
that's what you made.
records.
That's what you made. There was a spell to make his ass talk.
God damn
You know what?
all.
This is my fault. I
He
apologize.
wanted to
It
get
is
dirt
100%
on the
your
other
fault.
Lord.
We're moving
is all
on.
on you.
No, we're moving on.
And he ended up with the Ace Ventura
No,
ass
no.
sending
I already said we're moving on. We're past this. We're past this. No, stop with 90s references. We move to the 2000s.
Carnolio. There's another ass
Jesus
90s
Christ.
reference.
Now we're back in the 90s again.
Fuck off. Next question.
Miss Scusi.
Holka and Egan are in jail, and they are convicted of skullduggery, I believe.
Oh.
What is
Oh,
skullduggery?
Are you sure you want to ask that question?
So, if you had told me this
think-
before the movie, I would
skullduggery.
assume what they do with those dead bodies would be considered skullduggery,
You know? Yeah.
like digging up
Just 'cause they're
skeletons.
digging up
Yeah.
skull? Oh no. I hate
Isn't that
it.
an accurate? Isn't that what it is?
It sounds like that. Skull digging up. Because you dug in the area where the skulls be. Maybe skullduggery is like when you go spelunking in catacombs where people have died
Oh.
and in search of treasure. But other people
I like
done
that
a lot of
answer.
like manslaughter. People got killed along the way. So your mission and the outcome was like compounded into manslaughter, trespassing, skullduggery.
Chris, that sounds like latrocinio. Sorry.
Oh no.
What
The fuck
Jesus
you talking
Christ,
about?
Matt. Really?
Rat?
That is a
Huh?
Yeah.
that is a Portuguese I'm not gonna explain it. Fuck it. Let's just leave it like
Is
that.
it a D&D
It's
thing?
a Portuguese word. No.
Okay.
Not at all.
All right.
Well, a lot of D&D
Moving
players
on,
do
I
it.
said. I said moving
Nice.
on.
I see what you did there, Matt. Tip of
Skullduggery
the hat.
is when you
Nailed it.
dig your sword into someone's skull.
Oh. But they said they never hurt anyone. I like the answer though. This is the definition.
Well, it didn't hurt him. It was painless.
Lights out.
Is skullduggery a real thing?
It
Yes.
is.
Did we Google it yet?
Okay.
I did.
Okay, okay.
You want me to
No,
No,
run
no.
it for
I
everybody?
want to make
Yeah,
a real
sure.
guess.
Okay.
Luciano, did you guess yet?
No, he spent his
I
time
did guess.
at like explaining things that no one cares about.
I care about
Sorry, I apologize. That was mean. Skullduggery is the partaking in activities that are unlawful and thieverous in nature. Thieverous? That's not a word.
Thieverous.
I just made up a
That
word
is-
to describe
it's
another
definitely
word.
not a word.
Thieverous in
I have a
nature.
question. How many K's are in skullduggery?
All of them.
Yeah. Oh.
Is that Mike close?
Schnapple.
Where would you like your
Were any of us?
Where would you like your answer from? Dictionary.com, cjr.org.
You got to go with djr.org.
CJ.
That's cool. That's
Yeah, 100.
the most reliable by far.
All right, let me see.
What does CJR stand
Words
for?
with Words with dark
Step-
roots.
I don't know if I like the sound of that.
Wow.
I recant.
It has nothing to do with skulls or digging them up.
Yeah, no, it's
And then they steal from the Oxford Dictionary, so CGI will let us down. It comes from a word that
Find
first
another
appeared in the 1700s, and it means obscene or obscenity.
okay.
Oh, we weren't too far.
No.
Thieverous in nature.
Some would say that a lot of what we talk about here is skullduggery.
Yes,
Sure is.
that sure is. Can you look up
all we do.
thieverous?
Like, how do you want me to
not- you
spell?
don't
How many
have to.
K's do you want me to spell that with?
As many as
As
Not-
many
you know,
as it takes.
more-
That's-
More than two,
get
but
the
no
definition.
more than two, but no more than four.
oh God, no. It's
I think we need more K's.
moving on.
Put some-
Matt, what do you got for us?
Put some respect on the number of K's, the obscene amount of K's.
Yeah, moving on. The Tablet of Reawakening was sort of the central MacGuffin to the story, and it drove Egan to do all his crimes and get his daughter back, probably too. But-
Some skullduggery along the way.
Probably some skullduggery. But let's say in a world where you are present in this battle, Egan gets knocked out, you get your hands on the Tablet of Reawakening. You need to get some help in fighting Sofina. Who are you going to resurrect to help you fight Sofina?
Gilbert Gottfried.
Too soon, man. What?
No,
Ah, flag.
no, not soon enough. Yeah. What is wrong with
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
You're bald.
Oh my god! There are so many wizards here.
Why do you keep changing your clothes color? Just pick one and stick with it.
Do you think that this makes sense?
What is that?
That's terrible.
What
Yeah.
happened with Gilbert Gottfried?
My
After
voice
he's dead,
is a bit-
after he's dead.
What am I supposed
I'm a
to
bit
do? I'm a
congested. I have-
70-year-old comedian. Am I supposed to yell at him?
I will.
I will.
This is what I do best.
I think.
You're
No,
you
he
can't
do it. He
Chris?
can't do it.
No.
I have to. My voice has to heal before because it's cracking. I'm like the kid from Simpsons, the burger joint kid. I've been going through puberty.
Is that who you want to bring back to fight for you, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Is
No,
he
I
dead?
have.
Mr.
No. Excuse me, sir. Oh, I don't think he's coming back. Sir, I keep burning my hands in the fryer. My answer is actually Marlon Wayans as
Oh God.
Wow,
No,
too
fuck you.
soon.
Fuck you. Fuck
No.
I
you.
don't think I've ever
No.
hated
Fuck you.
someone more.
No, everybody should know in the pre-show that when this question was formulated, this motherfucker had this answer on lock.
That's
Oh,
not
no.
better. That's
That makes
worse.
it so much worse.
It's fantastic. I've been waiting, bitches.
Chris, how many Ks are in snails?
Oh my God. The question was, who do you want in this battle, not who do you want to ruin this movie?
First of all,
Well, that's a great question. too.
Snails dies in the bitchiest way possible.
And comes
But they
back.
brought him back. Exactly.
Yeah. So you don't need the tablet of reawakening for him.
It's true.
He asked the question and I gave
No,
the
but
answer.
he's not
you.
dead.
No.
No,
Yeah,
fuck
he's
you.
not dead. He's
But
not
did
dead.
you-
No.
But he died again.
No.
He died again.
Stop him
because
cooking.
he tried to.
Stop him cooking.
Tried.
Stop him
Yeah,
cooking.
You can't stop me.
Matt,
You
who
can't
would
stop
Don't
me.
let him
back?
cook.
You can't
Don't
stop
let
me.
him cook.
It's easy and obvious. I
I've been
want to
cooking.
win this
I've
battle
been-
as the Terminator. Just because they melted the Terminator in Terminator 2 doesn't matter. The tablet stops the Red Wizard's blade, wherever the fuck that nonsense
Yeah,
is. So clearly they can bring the Terminator back from the dead. And he can
What is the
Terminator.
what is the
Dun, dun,
power
dun, dun,
of
dun.
the
Dun, dun, dun,
The
dun,
thing?
dun.
the
what
What
does it
thing?
do?
the tablet of
What does it
resurrection?
do?
It just lets you
Brings
bring
people
back,
from the dead.
or the
Yeah.
tablet of reawakening, and it lets you bring
Yes.
back anybody from dead, regardless of how they
And
died.
it makes them go
So,
from
like-
dead to what?
Alive.
Alive.
I don't think robots have ever been alive, so you lose.
He had a layer of living tissue.
So it brings
over
only
him.
back his living tissue.
a
brings it
sack,
back.
like there's a sack of meat.
Oh shit! This is not what I
No,
expected.
but like, what about John Connor?
Get to the chopper.
John
Oh,
Connor
wrong movie.
ends up being a Terminator, but he's like one of those cool, fleshy robots.
Yeah.
Does that not count?
Maybe, but you didn't.
That
That
doesn't
doesn't
sound-
sound
He
like.
brings back
above
only the
board.
flashy
Doesn't,
meats.
yeah,
So-
exactly.
That doesn't-
Just the fleshy goop.
That doesn't sound like sexually. It sounds okay, but not
It's a-
what you need.
Dun,
in a
dun,
fight.
dun, 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 dun.
That's some real skullduggery if I ever heard it.
I'll be back.
All right. I got
Wait,
one.
I didn't get to answer.
One last question. No, you know what? You
I
don't need
wanted
to
to
answer.
pick.
Quickly.
I wanted to pick the predator skin.
Go, run. Sprint.
Oh no!
But the predator is like a living
No, just
A
organism.
his
living
skin.
organism.
That's all I want.
But that,
not,
What
not,
the fuck?
not even the flesh, just the skin.
Yeah.
just can't.
Yeah. That's it.
So the way we're talking, it makes it sound like we're talking about Swiss chalet chicken, and we just want to eat the skin.
Wow. Nope. No one said that.
Why Swiss chalet?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the grossest food chain
Like,
ever.
this is so specifically gross. Yeah.
Nah, bro.
You could have said so
I said what I
many
said.
good
Can't
chicken
take it back.
places.
No, you could have agreed, and you chose to fail.
I chose wisely.
Next question. Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on.
It pains me to agree with Spencer, but I do.
Save us,
Well,
Matt.
still.
Save us.
No. Swiss chalet sauce is the sauce that you drink
Oh
straight.
my god, you never been.
Drink it.
You,
Please
you've
save
never
us,
been
You
man.
more
spent too
wrong.
much time in Quebec. You're all
Yeah,
weird now.
that's.
You don't know nothing.
And they don't have
they
Swiss
call-
chalet in
no.
Quebec. They have Saint
They-
Hubert. I don't know how you did
Saint-Hubert
this.
is
Exactly.
good.
They
Well,
would-
then
Exactly.
moving
they would
on.
call it Jew there.
Saint Hubert is whack. Okay.
No.
Oh, it's terrible.
No, it's
the
great.
fries are awesome.
You're
So good.
wrong.
Yeah. No, you're wrong.
But the podcast is over.
It's over, yeah.
How many Dungeons and Dragons did we see in this movie?
Ooh.
What? Okay.
How many Dungeons and Dragons combine them? And give me a total score.
I'm
17.
going to throw a guess
Take,
out there.
17.
What's
okay,
the
well,
over under?
There is no over. I just asked
okay.
how many.
I think there was 7.
Luciano, can
I
you
think
walk
there
me
was-
through your 17?
No.
Okay, great. Spencer, can you walk me through your 7?
Yep. Well, you got the fat dragon. You got the
That's one.
That's 7. That's 7 already.
that is a good band-aid. You got the there was another dragon that wasn't fat. It was a regular dragon.
Yep. Yeah, he was in the battle with
Regular.
the barbarians.
Yep.
Raisin.
There's a black dragon too.
There were
Yeah.
a few dragon people.
Sure were.
Yeah.
Jangly.
Jangly.
And,
Yeah.
Jangly.
And the counselor there with the glasses, which I found
Okay, so
hilarious.
that's 4.
Yes.
They were in a dungeon at the
Smart.
beginning of the movie.
Yes.
They were in a dungeon. Oh no, I'm mixing the old 2000 movie in my
Uh-oh.
head with this
Oh, no.
movie.
Keep
Oh,
going.
Snails was in a
Keep going.
dungeon.
Keep going.
No, was
there were like 1,000 dragons in the air at the
So-
end of that
Yeah, that
movie.
counts.
Wait, so Matt, so technically the maze counts as a dungeon.
you shut your mouth? It's my turn.
Okay, I won't help you then. Fuck you.
The maze counts as a dungeon. Someone once told me that.
No, you can't
You
use it. No, fuck
shut
you.
up.
You can't use it.
My
now.
turn.
No,
So,
you shut
where
your
are we at?
whore
We're at-
mouth with
It's
my
my
answer.
turn.
4, 5. We're at 6.
Okay, where the fat dragon was that not a dungeon, or was that more of a
Technically,
more of
no.
a treasure
That
hole?
is the Underdark.
Yes.
Okay. What about the dungeon within all of us?
In your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Your slot?
What about the dungeon slots? The slot holes. Didn't
Dank.
at the end of the movie, was she in a dungeon when she saw the bad guy? No, they were in the castle.
Who? Can you use
I don't
more
know
descriptive
anyone's
words
names.
like the name
I
of people?
can't remember these names. They sound like
Dork,
Maybe if
the
you
druid.
watch the movie,
Yeah,
this
watch the
I
movie.
did watch the
tell you
movie. I
to.
can't retain like made up names. All I can remember is Jarnathan.
Dork.
all names are made up.
Yeah.
Every single one
This
of the
is-
names are made up.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Your
this is how
name
you
is made
conduct
up.
a podcast. You make sure that some of
This
you
is
watch
my
and
time.
some of you don't.
The third, the
Yeah.
final,
No.
the final dungeon
Keep going.
was
Let him cook.
the dungeon in which the main bad guy was in another realm.
Chris, what do you got for an answer?
That was a memory scene. That was a memory. I think 4. I
already named
sorry,
6.
You have to add Dungeons and Dragons. He doesn't
Did you
even know
minus
what's real
2
and
from
what
my
isn't.
list?
Yes, because I can't trust
I got
you.
confirmation
Okay.
from Matt, the dungeon master.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Okay.
Oh, his voice is really
Because
cracking
yours-
now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Oh,
I
you
have honey in my
scared?
tea. No, there's no fear in my heart.
Move
bitch.
here in
Okay,
my heart.
there's 4 dragons. We counted them all. So what else? That's it? No dungeons?
So there's Jarn. That's it. And then you have Jarnathan.
Jonathan is not a dragon. He is an
I know. I
Aarakocra.
just said it. Ooh, I love that name. Winged beast, but not beast. Dungeons.
Actually.
Yeah, there's a lot less. I would say 3.
He's an Aarakocra.
Yeah, I said
Okay.
that.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
are you sure?
God damn it! I will kill all of you. Somebody give a goddamn answer.
I'll turn this car right around.
I will drive this car into the
Are we
ground.
there yet? Are we there yet? So
Just name another
dungeons.
dungeon or a dragon or pass.
Yeah.
That's it. I've already named 6.
No, you don't tell me what to do.
Or pass.
No, fuck you.
What
There
is
was
this,
also-
Monopoly?
I am not going to jail again. So there's also the dragon from the flashback scene.
Oh my
said it
god!
already.
I will
Yeah.
kill
I don't
every one
I
of
don't
you.
listen.
I don't listen to anything you people say.
I don't. I really, really don't. I don't. Once it doesn't sound accurate, I just go straight to flipping burgers.
Chris is like,
So,
and the fat
yeah,
dragon. Got like Luciano. You know
Ever
this
showed-
movie. Is there any
Yes.
one we can add to my list to make
Turn
it
to
7?
him. Make eye contact. Yeah.
So technically, the city they visit in the Underdark can be counted as a dungeon.
No, I don't. I don't. I'm not gonna allow it. That's not
I'm
a
not,
dungeon.
not asking you. Fuck you. I'm just picking it up.
I'm the dungeon master. I'm God. I say that's not.
Is this where we're at again?
This is
this
where we're
is
always
getting
at.
PTSD again.
We were not informed,
That's not a dungeon. That's the
at all.
Underdark. It's a thing. It's a
No,
place.
but the city.
but there were levels.
right.
There were levels.
You want that weird city
What's
to
the
be
name?
a thing?
Dolblurn, something like that. That's the name.
That
of the
sounds
city.
like doubloon, but I like the
Also yes.
Dolblund.
Dolblund, yes.
It's a hanging city. How can it be a hanging city and also a dungeon?
Were there people in
Well, it's
cages?
underground.
Weren't there like?
No, you don't have.
Weren't there
you don't-
hanging
You don't
cages?
need you don't need cages in Dungeons and Dragons for it to be a dungeon.
But you also can't just be underground and call that a dungeon.
What if you're in a
Watch me.
cage? Is a
I'll do
cage
it.
defined as a dungeon?
Someone tell me what is real from a D&D lens. Like, can you not, or can you have a dungeon in a hanging environment? It sounds like you could.
Could if it was
I need to
enclosed.
No, that's dumb.
Matt, do you have
It
a
has to be
7th?
enclosed.
Well, I was going to give you the arguably where they keep the money, where the what was it, the Mordenkainen seal?
Yeah. Oh, that's
that would be a
true.
dungeon.
Well, it's
Or fine, then it's the place where they actually hide all the money, where a dork runs into them. That's definitely a dungeon.
it has. You're right. It has like gates and bars and everything.
Under the
That counts more.
under the arena.
The arena. Yeah.
We did 7. I was
7.
right. I
Great.
pulled that number out of my ass.
7.
Great job, everybody. Let's wrap this shit up. We on this podcast like to do a thing where we review the movie, and normally we're supposed to do it at the beginning of the show.
Not today.
No, we don't do it
End
in
of
the
the show?
beginning anymore.
No,
No,
we
we
moved it.
don't.
We've
What
never
is
done it
wrong
at the
with
beginning
you?
of the show.
What is
No, we
what
used to.
skullduggery is
We
this?
used to.
We used to. Anyways, we do a thing where we rate our movies, and we put it on the tier, the S tier, if you will, ranking system to give you an idea of what we think of these movies. Tiering S, A, B, C. We stop at F just because.
Unless it's Morbius.
Nope. We stop
Nope.
at F.
We don't,
for
and we don't
context.
talk about Morbius.
And we don't talk about Morbius.
You're right. No. Yeah.
Spencer,
Yo.
where are you gonna rate this movie?
Well, this movie didn't have many plot holes, but it did have a lot of slot holes. Am I right?
Hey!
There's nothing to do with my review, but I just wanted to start with that. On a scale from S to F, S being highest, F being lowest, I think I'm going to put this movie at, and I'm going to tell you after I explain. This movie was a good movie. I think we can all agree. We had a lot of fun. It was fun. We were having fun. I liked Jonathan a lot. Maybe too much.
Yeah.
I
I was
like-
gonna say.
Chris Pine really a lot. He's very charming and a perfect.
Edkin.
I'm not using any character names. I'm going to tell you right now.
Just use Jonathan's name.
Jonathan is the only
you
character
did.
I told you. I remember. I've said this. Are you listening?
No, Chris already established that.
I like Chris Pine as his character. He was great. Michelle Rodriguez is usually like, I'm like, oh, like here's another, like she plays the same role in every movie.
Holga.
But she was really good as the character she played.
Oh my
Hold
god!
on.
He
Now-
just said the name.
But she was actually but she was fun. Like it was like a really good balance. I
Holga.
liked. I don't know what you're saying, but it's getting annoying.
Holga Kilgore. Holga
So
Kilgore.
stop
That's her name.
talking gibberish. The effects
Sensing a
were
number of
good.
Ks
Movie was
in
good. The
Martelman's
adventure,
ex-wife.
The adventure. I really like Martelman's ex-wife. No, the whole movie was just fun. I like it didn't take itself too seriously, and it was just a refreshing, good time. And I hope they make more. So as of that, obviously it's not like the greatest movie ever made, but it was a fun movie. I gave this movie a strong B, because I really enjoyed it. but I know you guys are nerds,
No.
and you're gonna. You're,
No, you're
like
wrong.
no.
But not
Yeah,
for
just-
the reason
you guys
think.
are gonna
That
give
your
it
time is over.
for it's like high scores because it's
We're past
accurate.
you.
Your
Chris?
time is over.
Your time is over,
You're
Chris.
such a
Let's,
you're
let's,
such
Chris,
a
let's
marmalon.
Marmalade.
I can't remember. I genuinely can't.
Oh,
Marmalade.
Your real
Marmalade.
Marmalman's ex-woman.
Marmalade.
Real Marlon ex-wife. For some reason, I only remember Jonathan, and I do remember Gwyn for some reason. I don't know why.
You son of a bitch, Chris.
Way to dance
Give me
around
your
it.
give me your movie review. Give me your ranking, as
Yeah.
it were.
Okay, so this movie, like I said earlier on, it was I totally wasn't expecting the experience that I got, and I'm fortunate that it turned out the way it did. It was pleasant. I enjoyed myself. This was a lot of fun, and it makes a lot of sense because the directors, they're a co-team. John Francis Daly, and I can't remember the other gentleman, but they're a really good partnership. And they were originally slated to work on the Flash movie, and they left that project to go work on other stuff.
Genius.
Clearly,
move.
you know how that
what
turned out.
a great
That's like rolling
decision.
a natural 20.
Great decision.
Hey!
Yeah, that
Cha cha! I love it. Every act builds on the previous, and it all comes together cohesively. And I just it was difficult to me to find fault in it because I really cared about what was going on, and it was taking place in this world. And thank goodness, there was no cameo from Snails Marlon Wayans.
See, thank goodness, or that's why it's
Justin
not an
Whalen.
S.
Actually, it contributes to why it's going to be. You're not there yet. The reason
my
that
God.
I also enjoyed, I enjoyed the the dialogue was great. The writing was strong. Again, cohesive thanks to the writing and the trajectory that they followed. Right, like I said, I even thought that the movie was going to end when they were sailing away in the ship, but they came back and gave me another set of scenes that were enjoyable. So everything really, really great equation. For me, this was an A. This was an A.
Chris, you sold it like it was an S,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
dropped
You also
the A.
spoke like you were
Yeah,
giving
yeah.
this
What
movie's, like speaking at this movie's funeral. Yeah.
A eulogy, yeah. A movie. It was not a review. It was a
This movie
movie
was a lot
eulogy.
of fun. I had fun. So,
And I'm
and
sad
I'm
that
sad
it's over.
Moving on.
I am sad that it's
Chris will
over.
never answer the question of how that wasn't an S, even though he talked like it was. And we'll move on to someone who's going to give it a real score. Luciano.
Wow. No pressure. I loved this movie. I loved it the first time I watched it in the theaters. I loved it when I watched it the second time. I will probably watch it again at some point. I have to say though, like a lot of the fun that I personally derived from it was because of all of the little Easter eggs and all the detail that they put in of D&D, not just like the rules, little bit of rule stuff, but like just the nod to the lore and everything. I love that. I love that shit just in general, and the fact that they pulled it off in such a fun movie just makes it like just chef's kiss for me. Like I don't really have much more than that to say. Just a fun ride, a lot of like love put into it clearly. So for me, as a D&D nerd, this is an S. But even if I didn't know anything about D&D, it would be an A. So for me, it's an S. Like I will watch this movie a bunch more times over the years.
So you hear how Spencer and Chris are wrong.
I wonder what
and
Matt
how
thinks about this
Luciano
movie.
is correct. It's an S. It's obviously an S because it's fun. You laugh, you cry, you
What is this?
have questions about how many slots everybody has.
Asking the important
And-
questions.
Hey, asking the important
Yeah.
questions. It's just I had a great time because it made me happy. It made me feel like they understand what it is to play D&D, and it was
Yeah.
still like we watched them. I watched the movie with my wife, and the only complaint she had was that the music didn't match the tone of the fight scenes. Which after she said that, I couldn't unsee it. But it's still, I mean, whatever. I was watching the fight scenes, or you couldn't, unhear it. Hear it? Couldn't hear it. Anyways,
Yeah, you said and see it, yeah.
I stand by what I said.
Yeah.
And so, like, that notwithstanding, it was just exactly what you want after seeing that 2000 Abomination someone to come back, the nerds from Freaks and Geeks to come back and get what we feel accurate. Really made me happy, and I've watched it 3 times, and I will watch it again. And so, for all those reasons, that's exactly what is an S tier to me. Something I love, and then I'm going to watch again and again. So that's it. I don't know how it got to A tier with Chris, but maybe one day we'll figure out what he thinks an S tier movie is.
I gave it a B.
Maybe. Fuck you.
Yeah, you're an
maybe,
idiot. But
maybe that movie will be Renfield, which is our next movie. It is going to kick off our thriller, not related to Michael Jackson in any way. October. We're gonna knock out a bunch of thrillers. I mean, the only scary thing about Michael Jackson is him around children.
More 90s jokes.
No.
More dated references.
Get out. No, enough.
Michael Jackson's a musical genius. Put some respect on his name.
It is October, though, so it's Halloween, which Thriller also was. So
Yes.
in that sense, it is Michael Jackson themed.
Hey,
welcome
Spencer.
to our Michael Jackson themed month. That's what I'm trying to say.
Hello. How many tickets, please? How many tickets would you like to
Matt,
buy?
please get us out of here.
One of the special things we'll be doing
It's supposed to
during
be
October, apparently,
night.
is Spencer is going to be hosting a Michael Jackson appreciation.
We call it a
podcast.
Jackathon.
Oh my god.
And on that note, if you want to email us about things like why we call it a Jackathon, we do have an email address. It is popcornandplotholes@gmail.com. If you have suggestions on movies you'd like to see us cover in the thriller movie month, trying not to invoke any
Michael
more Michael
Jackson?
Jackson demons, but
Oh my god.
That's what it is.
Vincent Price is proud.
shit. Well, I walked into that one. Anyways, join us next time for Renfield and not the Michael Jackson Jackathon.
I guess Annie really isn't okay.
Oh my no, Luciano.
I'm deleting
Thank
that
you.
from this podcast.